Alright then, let's do this. Welcome to my first ever Premier League predictions video. For 20th, I've gone for Watford. Of the three clubs that came up last season from the Championship, I feel like Watford has the least going for this season. Norwich want to break that yo-yo curse that they've had for many years. Brentford I think will have a very warm welcome. I don't think Watford has as much of an ambition as the other two clubs that have come up. I'd be wrong. I mean, I don't know what Watford are targeting this season, but all I'm saying is, out of the three clubs that have come up, if I had to pick just one to go down, I would probably pick Watford, so Watford for 20th. At 19th, I've gone for Brighton Hove Albion. Oh Brighton, you frustrate me. Every season you target survival, and you've been in it for nearly half a decade now. You need to start acting more. Maybe you'll target higher this season, but if you're not, I don't find it frustrating. I think it could cost you. So unless you're playing better right now, I'm putting you down to go down second bottom. At 18th, I've gone for Norwich. This one makes me sad. I'm not a Norwich fan, but I hate the fact that most clubs like Norwich are deemed yo-yo clubs. You've got Fulhams and Rotherhams who just go up and down the leagues every single year. But then you look at a club like Hull City, who've gone from the Premiership Championship and then went down to League One. I want Norwich to go the other way around. I want some club to go the other way around. Do I think they'll give back? Yes. Do I think they will? No. And please be wrong with it. 17th, I've gone for Burnley. I actually think Burnley could struggle this season. Well, I want to. I mean, I'm a Halifax Town fan. We like Burnley. Anyway, Sean Dyche is nearing his 10th year at the club, I believe. Don't know. And I don't think they'll really... I think they'll fall short this season, a bit like Norwich. So, maybe a bit of a poor year, but does that mean I think they'll go down? No, I think they'll stay up. They'll still be safe. At 16th, I've gone for Crystal Palace. I think Palace could be twins with Burnley this season. I mean, I might be wrong. Burnley might be in the top half. Nah, I'm joking, Palace fans. We all know Burnley's crap. Got a lot of dislikes from East Lancashire down there. Anyway, Roy Hodgson has just left as Palace manager, and that might be a sign they might struggle this season. I mean, they might not. Do I think they'll be in a relegation battle? Yes, I mean, why did they put them at 16? But do I think they'll go down? No, they'll be safe. I'm sure. 15th, I've gone for Brentford. Some people think Brentford might struggle this season. I don't. I've seen them in the Championship. I've seen them be very unlucky when it comes to the playoffs. They're finally in it. They will embrace the Premier League this season. I'm convinced. I think they might get some shot wins. In fact, I won't be surprised if they win this Friday 1-0 against Arsenal at the home ground. But the thing is, I don't think they'll be up there in the top half like some teams that have come up straight away like Leeds. But I do think that there will be a force to reckon with to a certain degree. So I'm going to put them straight down in the bottom half and put them 50. At 14th, I've gone for Newcastle United. I feel for this club, I feel for its fans. In fact, I don't think Steve Bruce is that great a manager. I don't think any of them do actually. But the thing is, they are so lacklustre at times, and overall, they're predictable. In fact, I'm not even going to say how I think they'll do. I was gonna, but I'm not gonna now. I'm just going to say this. They will finish with 45 points this season. You know, they'll struggle some parts, they're mediocre and stuff. They will get 45 points this season. That is it. End of story. 14 Newcastle. At 13, I've gone for Southampton. Mid-table. Good night. In all seriousness, I think Southampton are actually a decent side, but I'm looking at the forms of the other clubs that I can see more in the top half and those that I can see being a relegation battle, and I can't really put them anywhere, so I think that 13th is a reasonable position for them. They might be better, they might not be. I would like them to be better, but as for now, I'm going to put them at 13th. At 12th, I've gone for Leeds. Now, a lot of my family are Leeds fans. I've got a lot of friends who are Leeds fans as well, and they all have the same worry right now. They're worried they're going to have second season blues. Now, I don't think this is so much to worry about, but I can understand given how many teams have done this. But if we look at two other Yorkshire, for example, Huddersfield and Sheffield United. Huddersfield, they survived the first season when no one was really surprised when they did go down the second season. And Sheffield United, they didn't survive in the first season, they did fairly well, but I think two things cost them. One was in a bit of a different form after December of their first season. The second was we didn't have the fans. Leeds, to a certain degree, haven't really had these problems, haven't really been in a relegation battle. They haven't really had a dip of form, and no fans or with fans, they've done well. So I don't think they have any other things to worry about. However, what I will say is that Leeds do have one big problem, and that is they aren't consistent. Marcelo Bielsa is a great manager, but I don't think his team can consistently carry on the way they do every single season. So I think he can get a good consistent, get some good players and maybe some new signings, but I don't think they'll do as well as last season. So Leeds will be safe and they'll have a good season, and I'm going to put them at 12th. At 11th, I've gone for West Ham. Now, West Ham had a great season last season, but unlike Leeds, who are inconsistent throughout the season, West Ham's inconsistent form seems to happen every new Premier League season. And the thing is, last year had a great season, they could have a crap one this year, they might not, but I don't really want to call it, so I'm just going to put them half through the table and say top or bottom half, 11. That's it. At 10, gone for Arsenal. I'm done with saying Arsenal is going to improve this season, it's going to be their comeback year. I thought that every single year, but not this year. I don't think Arteta is the best manager. I think he might not even last throughout the whole season. I don't think the squad's at the best. I don't really want it to happen, but they're not the top 6 club everyone says they are. They're dropping away, and I don't think they'll have a great season this season at all. I think they'll have it fairly dire actually, so I'm going to put them 10. Still top 10, but 10. At 9th, I've gone for Wolves. Just like with Arsenal, I expected Wolves to have a mediocre season last year. However, I always thought they'd improve more than next season. I think they will, but I'm not really going to put them like European spots. And I look at the other club's form and I just think, maybe not. So, I think they'll have an improved season, but maybe still some improvement. And new manager, obviously, is coming in. Or is it? Not Wolves, so I don't know. The point is, I think Wolves will be nice. At 8th, I'm going for Spurs. Now, it always sounds bad enough that I couldn't even remember who the Wolves manager was until a few seconds ago. But Tottenham, I'm convinced it's going to be 8. They've had this Harry Kane transfer saga. He might go to Manchester. There's a good chance he'll go to Manchester City. But that's where I think they'll struggle. Not because of Kane's departure, because they haven't thought of the other option. Who's going to be Harry Kane's successor? Who could work well with that team? Who could work well with Nuno being the new manager? And who could work well to make Tottenham a great side? The one that won't, bottle it like they do every single year. I can't think of who, but I'm sure that if Nuno could see that soon, they might put me wrong, but they're not seem to have that much time to think about. They don't seem to have that much time to think about, sorry. So I think they'll be 8th this season, in all seriousness. So not a great year in Nottingham altogether. At 7th, I've gone for Everton. One word, Rafa. Rafa Benitez is the best choice in manager at Everton. I know he's won the Champions League with Liverpool. It doesn't matter who he won it with. This man is an experienced, good manager. He's been good at every club he's ever packed with. But even at Newcastle, he got a team I've already said was lacklustre, predictable most seasons, and he made them a decent side to watch from the Championship to the top half of the Premier League. Everton is the perfect club for that type of manager. One who can guarantee success and one would want, but also not one that targets big. Everton can build up Rafa Benitez. If they give him the chance this season, it will work. All the gears will go that way. He is a great manager, and that is a fact. Couldn't help it. The point is, Everton will have a good season. They might get European football if it all goes well for them. 7th for Everton. At 6, going to shock some people, but I've gone for Aston Villa. With the whole Kane transfer saga at Spurs, you can see that they're breaking sweat. But now that Jack Grealish's gone to Man City, you can see that Villa is not breaking sweat. They've gone, oh, that's gone. Well, we've got 100 million, a decent Premier League squad, so unlike Tottenham, who might struggle without Kane, why not say Villa's going to get a European spot? I mean, I could see it, I don't know about you. At fifth, I've gone for Leicester City. Can we stop looking at Arsenal and Tottenham as if they're the top 6 clubs? Clearly Leicester is one of them. Well, that's a lot of dislikes from North London as well. Anyway, the point is that Leicester are a great club. They've won the FA Cup, they'll be in European football next season, good enough in the Premier League. I do think that European football could cost them Champions League spot. I don't really want to see them drop out of it suddenly again, but I still can see that. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put Leicester City fifth. At fourth, I'm going to go for Manchester United. Manchester United have a good enough squad to go for the title this season. They've got great players, Ole's a decent manager, they've got a good backing. The only thing I think will cost them of having a true chance of a title this season is because of all that. I've had this problem with Man United for the last couple of seasons, and I will get back to it a bit later, but they don't seem to click together that well. They don't seem to gel that well. And I still think that could cost them this season, so they might have another title this season, if that's good. But I still think they're good enough to make the Champions League. They've got the players to prove it, they've got the manager to prove it, they've got the backer to prove it. So Man United for Champions League. In third, I've gone for Liverpool. Liverpool will have a bit of a comeback. It's a bit like Wolves, they'll have a bit of a comeback. They won't come back with all the guns blazing, I don't think they've got that right now, but Van Dijk's back, Klopp clearly wants to sign people, and they are good enough still to go for the title. I don't think they'll be a superpower like they have been last couple of seasons. I can see the other teams above, obviously you know which two are left, I can see them two really going for it, and Liverpool going for it, but when it gets to last couple of weeks of the season, I think the title dream is pretty much over by then, but I've come back here for Liverpool nonetheless. So, good luck to Liverpool. In second, I've gone for Chelsea. Chelsea will be brilliant this season. They're just about to sign Romelu Lukaku as I'm filming this. He will be the star player this season. Even though I'm not putting down to win the league, he will be the star player, just like Mo Salah was at Liverpool, just like Jamie Vardy at Leicester. He will be the star player. I can see him winning Golden Boot very easily as well. And Chelsea as well, they've just proven it with the squad and the manager. Tuchel, that's how you say it. He is brilliant. He's only had half a season and he's already given them their second Champions League. This is his first full season. We have to have faith in him this season. I'm so glad that people are saying that Chelsea could win it this season, because I thought it was in the rarities, but I'm not. I really do think that Chelsea have a good chance of going for the title this season. Just not winning the whole thing. For number one, I've gone for Manchester City. I know it seems obvious, but the thing is, I've looked at all of these clubs, their current form, what they need to do player-wise, how they need to improve. Man City don't need to improve. I mean, they've signed new players, they've got their own players. Pep Guardiola is a great manager. Unlike Manchester United, where it's like from Man United now, it's one of my first prediction video guys, but unlike Man United, where they don't gel together, at Man City they do gel together. Manchester City is good enough not only win the league this season, they're good enough to win so many trophies. Yes, Chelsea will be a threat, some other teams will be a threat, they won't win every game, but Manchester City is clearly a flawless side, a great squad. I just think it's obvious, but which other team is that likely to win the league and not worry about who's below them? So I am going to put Manchester City as my Premier League winners 2021 to 2022. And that's my predicted table. I'm sorry if I stuttered a bit. Feel free to share your own thoughts of the season in the comments. You can feel free to agree, feel free to disagree. Don't give me abuse, okay? It is my first prediction video. I'm going to stop saying that now, but thank you so much for watching, and until next time,